Welcome to the podcast where we didn't think there was going to be one.
Yeah.
I actually called off sick. I don't know if I put the story I don't think I put the story in the podcast, but I went to my doctor and he told me I was sick. And then I felt sick. And we don't know if he did it or not.
It's interesting how that works.
It's odd.
I mean, I commend you, though, for imagine calling off of work and then deciding, even after that, you could have a free day off, and then you decided, no, I'll still come in after all.
It was bizarrely compulsory. Like, I woke up and it was just like, we have to go. I don't understand. I don't know what the deal was. I even tried to talk myself out of it. I was like, nobody's expecting you. Yeah. Just go back to bed.
No
and it was
pressure.
Just like, no, we have to go. So here I am. In the podcast today, what Nikki's been doing, preparing for the Defenders, watching DuckTales, Hudson's problems with peanuts, food fights for PB&J Oreos, and Chris's Carnival of Coffee.
That was a lot of fun.
Chris came by with coffee, and there was fun. So, hey, I will tell you, too, if you want to stop by the Riot's Facebook page, you can settle a debate that we didn't have over whether the antibiotic pill that I have is too big or just right. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Remember, you can always catch up on podcast archives. If you visit us at riot.radiou.com, that's one way. Or, of course, you guys probably know you can subscribe to it as well. So you guys have a great day. Bye.
The part that keeps me up at night, we paid them for this. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. Now, for those of you who have or maybe haven't been paying attention, Nikki's not here.
Right.
I actually got a couple of messages from people on Facebook yesterday that were hey, is everything okay? Like, is Nikki, is she, where's Nikki?
Right.
I got several of those. Guys, Nikki's on vacation, though I will tell you, it may be time for some level of concern, because as I'm noting here, Nikki is on vacation, but they are also right now, according to this article in Variety, looking at several high-profile judges for the next American Idol.
Whoa, so it just so happens. What convenient timing.
It just so happens that Nikki is gone while they're trying to find new judges for American Idol.
Right. Interesting.
Okay, they say correlation does not equal causality.
Right.
They say that coincidences happen. Is this a coincidence? I'm not convinced, guys. I'm not convinced.
It's definitely possible.
Because I don't know if you guys know this, Nikki is a huge American Idol fan.
I believe that.
It's not true. She's not an American Idol fan.
Is anyone a big, huge American Idol fan anymore?
That's a great question, Hudson. Who's watching it? I don't know those people.
Neither do I. I really don't. I remember a time when everybody, for a couple years, it was the show that everybody watched. And you could talk, every time an episode would happen, you'd be like, why is Sanjaya still on the show or whatever? But I don't think
you used to be an American Idol watcher.
I wasn't a dedicated one, but way back, the Sanjaya year, I think it was.
I'm not sure. I don't even know who Sanjaya is. See what a better person I am than you are?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't even know who that is.
You're a lot cooler than me for not knowing who he is.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And don't forget that. Don't forget it. So I mean, somebody's watching it. American Idol's still a thing.
They're still paying big bucks to make this happen.
Yeah, it feels like ABC, they canceled it on Fox for what's been gone a whole year.
Right.
And it's back next year on ABC. Ryan Seacrest is back.
Yep.
Katy Perry has been signed on. She's the big celebrity judge.
Right.
And then they say that they're looking at Lionel Richie, Charlie Puth, Luke Bryan, Keith Urban, and
Nikki.
I believe potentially Nikki of Radio U fame.
Sure. Well, it would make sense. You go with Katy Perry to draw in one crowd, Lionel Richie to draw in an older crowd, and then Nikki to draw in the crowd that maybe actually likes good music, and possibly, she could help them actually come up with some interesting stuff.
All of a sudden, Nikki's on the show, and she's like, tonight's Devil Wears Prada night, where all of our artists are going to be picking their favorite Devil Wears Prada song, and singing that.
I'd watch that.
In order to build muscle, you need protein. Protein is in eggs. Eggs are in cupcakes. You need cupcakes. It's the Riot.
When's the last time you binged something? I just mean watch something. I don't want to hear about your potato chips and whatever, okay? Because that's not cool. Hudson, last time you binge watched something?
How fast do you have to watch something for it to binge?
I think that's a great question. Like, how many hours constitutes a binge watch? Because, like, for me, last week, was it last weekend? Whatever. Like, I think it was last Friday night or 2 Friday nights ago, I quote-unquote binged the new season of Voltron on Netflix.
Okay.
But it was 7 episodes at 22 minutes apiece.
No, but if you watched it all at once, like all in one run, then that is binging. I think it's the episode amount, not the and the period of time, not how long you spend doing it.
So that comes out to only 154 minutes, which would be 2 hours and 34 or 32, I lost track, minutes. Yeah. That just doesn't seem like that long of a time,
right? It's a whole season, though.
I know. It makes it sound like I really did something, even though it's pretty short. It's like binging a season of Sherlock. It takes 3 hours because they can't make more than 3 episodes at a time. Okay, they're 4, but still. So what about you? Can you think?
No, because I don't think I've done it. But I don't think it's been actually quite a while since I'm going to watch several episodes all in a row of this show. I can't remember the last time I did that.
All right, well, I've got 3 episodes of Iron Fist left.
You're getting there.
And I feel like every time I watch one, it's a binge. It goes on forever. Like, it takes days at a time to get through it. And so on and so forth.
Except there's not the exciting, exhilarating feeling of like, wow, this is a really great show that makes you want to keep watching it.
Maybe I'm overstating it, but I've got to get ready for The Defenders.
Yeah.
Which is Friday at midnight Eastern. So
I'm a terrible person. I keep meaning to watch to watch Iron Fist. I seriously have watched 1 episode and I can't get myself up to it. But maybe today is the day I watch another one.
This could be the
Defenders. Yeah.
I don't think, I still say that I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is. I feel like it became internet cool to just pile on.
Right.
And once it becomes internet cool to hate something, its road to redemption is so long it's never coming back.
Right.
That's pretty much it. But I want to be all caught up for The Defenders when it happens on Friday. So.
Right. And it's hard enough to stay, when The Defenders comes out, and you're going to be like, what was Jessica Jones and Daredevil? What were they even doing last time we saw them? It's been a while. I think I remember what Luke Cage was doing. So
I actually don't remember the end of Luke Cage. I watched it. Is he in jail now? Did he go to jail at the end?
I guess I don't remember it that well as I thought.
There was a thing.
Yeah. Something happened.
Something happened.
Well, he got shot a couple times by spoiler alert, by the drilling bullet thing.
Right.
And then, episode 8 was it seemed like it was going to end, and then there was 2 more episodes, and so maybe I'm just thinking of, I don't know, I'm confused.
I think there were 13 episodes, Hudson. I think
you know what I need to do is go back and binge Luke Cage before I even think about Iron Fist.
Maybe you should.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Whoa! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Hudson and I have decided that we're just going to stop watching things and start reading the synopsis on Wikipedia.
Saves a lot of time.
It does.
It's kind of like binge watching, except you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it, but you still get the whole season.
Yeah, you get the whole story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you just, and you don't have to read the book either.
Right.
You just read the synopsis on Wikipedia and it's free.
That's the best way to write a book report and stuff.
Yeah.
Just go with the synopsis.
Just grab that. Hit the highlights. Some of the subtleties are lost, but
that's not important.
How subtle was Jessica Jones really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I'll let you answer that for yourself. The fine people at the University of Michigan and the Leuven School for Mass Communication Research in Belgium have been teaming up on a study.
Okay.
And here's what they've done. They wanted to say, okay, binge watching. Everybody's doing it. And if you're not cool.
Right.
It's right there in the study. I swear it probably says that maybe. But they wanted to see, okay, what kind of effects does it have on people just as far as like sleep, for example. And so they ended up grabbing 423 undergrads between the ages of 18 and 25, and they had them take a survey. And what they found was that 81% said that, yes, they have binge watched at least one show.
Okay.
40% said they had done so in the last 30 days.
Okay.
So, again, all right.
Yeah.
28% said they had done it more than once. 7% said they do that every day.
How?
Well, but again, something that I don't find in the article and I haven't found is their definition of a binge.
Right.
Like, is a binge 3 episodes or is it 5 episodes? Like, how many does it take to technically qualify?
Right.
And I still don't have an answer for that.
What we need to do is come up with a formula of binge watching equals so many episodes over some period of time, and it's like a line graph or something. And
we definitely need a graph.
Let's work on that.
And a PowerPoint.
Then it'll seem really official.
Yes. So on average, participants that were in this study sleep for 7 hours and 37 minutes a night.
That's respectable.
That actually is way better than I did last night.
Same here.
So here's what I think is fascinating is that the results of this study are that it's not so much that binge watching leads to less sleep.
Okay.
Though it sometimes does. They said that those that binge watch TV shows were more likely to report insomnia.
Okay.
And the other thing they said was that it affects the quality of sleep. So if I'm binge watching TV and Hudson and I go to bed at the same time, but Hudson is not binge watching something,
right,
it is more likely that Hudson will get a better night's sleep than I will, even though we went to bed at the same time and got up at the same time.
Right. So I got a restful sleep. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's a reason, if not even for the stimulation that you're getting from like whatever the story is of the show that gets your mind racing. It's the light from the TV that you're watching it on. There's a reason your your tablet and your phone and whatever have the little blue shade on an Amazon thing or reader mode or whatever to cut out that light that keeps you up. Because whatever it does, man, it messes with your brain. That's part of it.
Yeah. Well, here's their theory, and this is what I think. Like, I have done this where I will say that there was a TV show that I got really into, and one Saturday, I watched 12 episodes of it.
Okay.
So, yes, that took basically the entire day.
Right.
And when I went to sleep, my brain would not shut off. It was still watching that show.
Yeah, because you're still going over it in your head over and over again.
Like, I dreamt about it all night. It felt like I had watched it all night. And I will have to say, when I woke up, I was just like, oh my gosh, I hate this. Like, I have not. But then the urge was there, like, I must go back to that world. I must return. They need me. They need me to watch them work. And so that's what the study said, is that your brain, you have a hard time shutting your brain off after a long binge like that. And so it affects the quality of your sleep.
Well, to be fair, like that can happen with one episode. It's just that if you watch so many episodes, you just have way more to process, I guess.
Well, and if it's that good.
Yeah, of course.
You just can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, obviously.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at RadioU.com.
So yesterday after the show, Hudson says to me, remind me to tell you my problem with peanuts. Which, I'll be honest, sounded a little weird, but it piqued my curiosity. And that brings us to this moment, Hudson.
Yes.
We know that Mr. Peanut is the guy on the Planters Peanuts jar.
Right.
I see that you have brought a jar of Planters Peanuts into the studio.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Okay, it's not an exclusive problem to Planters. It's the whole nut world as a whole.
Okay, all right.
Okay, on the keto diet, one of the few things I can eat, especially as a snack, is nuts.
Okay.
So I eat a lot of peanuts.
Can you have as many as you want?
No, they actually are kind of high in carbs for like this diet, but still, like it's low enough that you can snack on them.
Okay.
So I have them. Nuts and pork rinds. That's all my snacks.
Oh my gosh. I'm not a pork rind guy, just to let you know.
Side note, I don't know how you can not like pork rinds, but like bacon. They often taste very similar, but
I think it's on principle.
Regardless. So here's a jar of nuts. Obadiah, would you like some nuts? Try to get some nuts out of there.
Yeah, sure. You got to take... Okay.
No, wrong.
What?
How do you eat nuts?
With my hands?
Yes. So
Okay.
now try to
What,
put
you're
your hand
trying
inside.
to reach inside.
Yeah, you can't do it.
No, you pour them out, though.
But what if I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to get a
good
bowl
Lord,
or
they're
whatever.
honey roasted. That's
Yeah.
very good.
They are good.
Good luck getting these back is what I'm saying. Okay, I hope you don't mind. I'm eating them.
Now, but look, your whole hand is ruined. It's got nuts all over it. Well, I guess you would still have that same problem if you were sticking your hand into the jar. Here's
Do I have
my
a nut
problem.
allergy? What's the problem, Hudson?
What I want.
Give me a cogent thought about what's wrong with these peanuts.
Okay. The hole is too small for my hands, and this is a problem.
Your hands are too big.
Everybody's hands are too big. Nobody's
That's
hands
not
can
true.
fit in this hole. Nobody's hands can get inside a nut jar hole.
I'll tell you, sounds like a nut jar right now. But keep going, sure.
It's not uncommon for people to eat nuts with their hands. I think that's the
I don't understand
general-
what. You tip it up. You
Then
just
you have
tip
to,
it.
then you have to constantly hold nuts in the palm of your hand, and that's
So-
one hand completely occupied. When you can just use this as a bowl, that's saving a dish, saving water, saving the environment, all this stuff. If they just made the jar wide enough for people to reach their hands right in and take the nuts to their mouth, you don't have that problem with chips. You don't
That's
have to
true.
pour the chips out into your hand and then eat them. You don't have, any multitude of snacks where you can just eat them right out of the container they're in. But nuts, for some reason, are on their high horse with these tall, skinny containers that you can't get your hands inside.
Listen,
Why?
fatty, here's what they know, all right? They know that you're on this keto diet and they've got to slow you down.
Yeah.
If they put those nuts in a chip bag, they know that the next thing you know, you're going to be like, wait, I'm 400 carbs into today. I'm going to have to take 400 grams of fiber to try to even this thing out. They know what's going to happen. So they've got to put a little mechanism in place to slow you down a little bit.
Okay.
But let's rewind for a second.
Yeah.
What activity are you involved in that you want to be eating nuts, but the idea of a whole hand being taken out of the activity is just unreasonable? I've got nuts in my hand.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
I don't know. Maybe most of our job when we're not on the air, typing, you need both hands for that.
Okay.
I might not be a good typer, but even if you use one finger on each hand, you still need both hands.
Randall says just put them in the lid. Actually,
what I
a
do.
direct quote is just put them in the freaking lid. That's actually a great idea. So you lay the lid down, face up, and then...
That's what I've done. That's my workaround, but that's still an extra step.
Okay.
That's unnecessary. Again, just take a look to the chip industry. It doesn't have to be a bag. They can just make a shorter, wider container.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
You seem to be concerned about time and availability.
Yeah.
What if I chew up the nuts and then I spit them into your mouth? Then you don't even have to chew. You just have to swallow.
That saves, and then my mouth is available more often.
Yeah, because now you're not going to waste it chewing. And you can spend more time
talking.
Wasting it talking.
Yeah.
So, what do you, yeah? Or at this point, why don't we just jump straight into peanut butter?
That's true. But peanut butter actually tends to be higher in carbs because they add corn syrup and whatever.
Well, see, that's why you got to get raw peanut butter, because then it's just peanuts and oil, but the oil in most cases has just come out of the peanuts.
Right, okay.
You get Jif and they're hydrogenating it, which makes it easier to spread. It makes it smoother.
Yeah.
But Hudson's keto, bro. He doesn't have time for that. Can you just put your hand in the peanut butter jar?
And eat it like Winnie the Pooh?
That seems totally reasonable.
I don't see why not.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's The Riot on Radio U.
All right, everybody, DuckTales theme song in 3, 2, DuckTales. Woo! That's all I needed to know. Hudson on bass, dude.
Yeah.
Hudson on bass. So there was a new DuckTales TV show that it premiered over the weekend, I guess.
Okay. It's here now.
Yeah.
This is weird because it's a Disney Channel show that I've actually been hearing about for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Disney XD.
Right.
Brings
to be
you
correct.
the all-new DuckTales. So Hudson and I were mocking it off air, and then we were like, wait, the first episode's free. We want to see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what the episode title is? DuckTales, episode 1?
No.
It's Woo.
No, it is not.
It totally is. The name of DuckTales episode 1 is Woo-oo. So, if you guys could sing along, you already know the name of the episode. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm totally watching it because it's free on Amazon Instant Video. It's free on Google Play.
Okay.
Those are the only two places that I see right now that it's free, though I suppose it's probably free somewhere else. But those are the two places
eventually.
I saw. Yeah. So I'll watch it. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And what's the girl's name?
Not Daisy.
Wait, no, because Daisy is Donald's girlfriend.
Daisy is the old duck.
Yeah.
What's the little... I don't know what her name is.
I can't remember it either. See, that should have been a question of the morning.
That should have been, and nobody would have gotten it right there.
And Scrooge, and I think I see Launchpad, but I can't tell, and there's a dragon. I hope they're not chasing that dragon. But I guess that's a story for another time. But there it is. It's free. And you know what? As much as I mock everything, I'm totally watching this.
Yeah. I'm in for it. I wonder, though, if I'm going to watch this and I'm going to be like, all right, this is okay, but it's just going to really make me want to watch the original DuckTales.
Well, where do you go to watch original DuckTales?
Beats me. I mean, you would... I'm sure Disney is very, very vigilant on people uploading them to YouTube or whatever, but that would be the first place I'd check.
Original DuckTales. Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
maybe
you know what? Hey,
Daily Motion.
Speaking of, right here on the Disney XD official YouTube channel, that's another place that you can watch.
That makes it really simple.
Yeah. Yeah, I got YouTube on my TV.
Yeah.
I got YouTube on my phone.
You can cast it from your phone to the TV.
Man, technology.
Yeah.
The Riot.
Pushing people's buttons to get a reaction can actually be very good for society.
Radio U.
Welcome to Chris's Carnival of Coffee.
Whoa. This sounds very surreal.
Pennywise invites you for coffee. Come down. We all float down here in Chris's Carnival of Coffee. Actually, Chris has been traveling all around Where did he go? All around the Radio U network. I look over and it looks like Chris was gone. And Chris says...
I'm here.
Okay, so Chris has come back with coffee, and from 2 locations, right?
Yes, from 2 different locations where Radio U broadcasts over the air.
Okay, so what do you got for us, Chris?
We have a company from Chillicothe, Ohio.
Okay, Chili Coffee.
Chili Coffee.
All right.
And then another one from Midland, Michigan.
Okay, so the idea is that Hudson and I are going
Michigan versus Ohio.
Yeah, well, but...
or something.
Something like that. So Hudson and I are going to try these coffees, and then we have to guess which part of the Radio U network we think they're from. Chillicothe or Midland?
Yes.
We're guessing, and we'll say which one is better?
Correct. Which one do you like more?
Which one do we like more? I like that better. It's a little less judgmental.
Okay, sure.
Okay? All right, so Chris, I believe Hudson had said one of these has a lighter color to it. Did you mark the cups at all?
Yes, there's a little line on the...
Okay, yes, I see it.
There you go.
All right, you ready, Hudson?
Okay, so this is lighter one, number 1.
Which has the line in it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Okay.
I got to think of how to... I'm not sure how to describe the flavor.
I don't either. I'm not that much... Like, I love coffee, but I'm not like a professional taster or anything.
Definitely, there's a
Do you want me to give you the tasty notes?
Yeah, please.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. The tasty notes of coffee number 1 is chocolate, molasses, and sweet cream.
Wait a minute.
I definitely taste the molasses, now that you mention it.
I just feel like I taste the sweetness of it. I feel like for black coffee, which we are drinking it black, it definitely tastes like, a sweeter kind of black coffee. And it's a lighter color, so probably a lighter roast.
Yeah.
Chris French pressed this.
Yes, I did.
All right, so palate cleanser. Here we go.
Palate cleanser time.
All right.
Okay, contestant number 2.
Yeah.
All right.
From some region.
This is like a really black coffee.
Okay. Let's taste this one. Much darker.
Don't tell us for... Yeah, let's see. Well, it's definitely stronger. It's bolder.
It's definitely robust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one has the tasty notes of toasted almond, nutmeg, and caramel.
All right, one more time. Let's see. Now that Chris has told me what to think, let me see if I can think
Let's
it.
see.
I don't taste any of those things. Sorry.
You got to swish it around in your mouth.
Well, did you taste it?
Not as much that one. Like when the other one he said molasses and whatever, I was like, yep, definitely. This one, toasted almond and nutmeg, not as much.
They're all Twix.
They're all Twix. You screwed George again. All right, so Hudson, of these 2 cups of coffee, I will tell you, I think coffee number 1 is from Midland.
Okay.
And I think that coffee number 2, like the stronger, blacker coffee, I think that's from Chillicothe.
I will disagree with you. I think Midland has a stronger, blacker coffee.
See, I feel like Chillicothe, they got that processing plant thing down near Circleville. Like, I feel like this is runoff from the plant.
I think Michigan, they're farther north. They need something a little stronger to wake up. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you...
Okay, the lighter roast, that is from Chillicothe.
The first time in his life, Hudson is right. It's amazing.
And the darker roast is from Midland.
It's from Midland.
Very good.
Oh, man. Chris's Carnival of Coffee has tricked me. So, that being said, Hudson, which one of these would you rather be drinking?
I want to retaste it. My initial thought was Chillicothe, but I want to give it another shot real quick.
Well, see, and that just goes to show you how different we are because I like the lighter roast.
Yes.
No, I'm saying, I like the lighter roast too. The Chillicothe one.
That is from Chillicothe.
Yes.
Yeah, the Chillicothe one has a more sweeter taste, and the Midland one has a little more nuttier.
It's darker and more
earthier versus
stronger,
fruitier.
Yeah,
this still tastes like Midland to me, but maybe it's my great love of the people from Midland that
possibly.
So wait, where did you get? I know you said where, but where did you get these? Like local roasters?
Yes, they are
okay.
local roasteries in those towns.
Okay,
yep.
Right on. Well, I guess that's it for Chris's Carnival of Coffee. We got to get you on a plane to some more Radio U stations. So
you got to get up to the Seattle area. I'm sure they got some good stuff over there.
I heard of this one company with Buckstar or something.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, their coffee is garbage. So don't worry about that.
Pikes what?
It's totally fine. So, all right. Well, Chris, thanks for brewing some coffee for us.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep drinking it.
Remember when we said things couldn't get any worse? We were wrong. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U. Games.
I'm logged on to an MMORPG with people from all over the world and getting XP with my party using TeamSpeak.
Tech. Stuff. Riot control.
All right. Hudson, welcome to your very first Riot Control.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Are you ready?
I think I'm as ready as I'm going to get.
You don't seem very ready. So we're talking about Agents of Mayhem. We got a code for that game to play from Volition, and that game is out today on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC.
Okay.
Hudson, those are gaming platforms.
I understand that so far.
All right. Now, if I told you it was a third-person shooter and an open-world game.
Okay.
Okay, you got that?
Third person means that you aren't... You can see the guy that you're shooting with.
Okay, yep.
And open world means you just are exploring instead of like going through a specific map.
Well, you get a map that you get to explore.
Okay, yes.
And there are a few different, there are actually a lot of different missions that they can send you on. You open up the map and there are little activities that you can run around the map and do.
Sure.
Plus you explore and find new things in Agents of Mayhem.
Okay.
So I've been playing it on the PC. Let's talk about what I liked. This game is a mashup. Think Overwatch meets G.I. Joe meets James Bond meets Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
I know that's 4 things, but it's got the colorful cartoon-like stuff of Overwatch. It has the very much... I feel like the characters remind me of G.I. Joe. Like how each little G.I. Joe had its specialty, and it was colorful, and it had all this character and whatever. That's exactly what this feels like. G.I. Joe. But again, you could argue Overwatch as well. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and James Bond, you're a group of kind of spies, but you're also shooting everything up, so it's not like you're hiding very well.
Right.
So whatever. The characters I thought were just hilarious and mostly fantastic. The setting is a futuristic Seoul, South Korea that has such a cool, unique look to it. And I think one of the biggest things the game has going for it is the style. It looks like a cartoon that has just been brought to life. And again, think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like especially in the comics, think G.I. Joe, where there are a lot of characters, both bad guys and good guys. As you go into missions, you actually watch animated cutscenes that, again, just look like a cartoon that you would pretty much find anywhere. I mean, but a good one. And Agents of Mayhem really kind of specializes in that. And the style is the stuff. The open world is also really good, but that kind of leads us into the stuff that I didn't like about it very much, is that a lot of the open world activities I felt like were kind of repetitive. There were just a couple of different kinds to do, and in the end, they were all really just about the same thing as you're wandering around. It didn't feel like there was a ton of variety in the activities like that in Agents of Mayhem. The other thing that's, I think, worth noting is it's not a really crowded city, so you don't see a lot of people wandering around it. You see a lot of the same types of vehicles over and over again. So those are places, again, where it just didn't feel like there were a lot of variety in it. If there was one big bad thing that I would have to say about Agents of Mayhem, it just comes down to the language. It's weird. Like, there's a ton of language and some off-color humor in it. And I know these are the guys that made Saints Row and like 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you kind of expect that. Hudson, those are previous games that they made. Okay. Just trying to keep you with me. Okay.
Heard of them, never played them.
Yeah. But I mean, the language in it is rough. And the thing about it is that I think they're trying to be like Archer, where it's like, hey, look at this funny cartoon, but, you know, the color or the humor is kind of off color and the language and all that stuff. But they do such an amazing job of making it look and feel like a cartoon that I feel like it's a missed opportunity. This is a game that you like, it gets an M rating for a reason, but it seems to me that by plucking out some of the language, you've got a T-rated game that I think would have had some much larger mass market appeal. Like, it basically feels like they sat down and they were like, this is the game we want to make. It's going to be this, but it's going to be this adult whatever. And I feel like that's kind of a missed opportunity for them. So it's Agents of Mayhem. It's out today. It's on the PC. It's on the Xbox One. It's on the PlayStation 4. And remember, if you want to hear some more Riot Control, you can. It's in the archives right there at riot.radiou.com.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the Radio U app.
You know, last week, Hudson and I were talking about how excited we are about the brand new, soon-to-be-launched daily Good Morning America for Millennials. That would be BuzzFeed News. You'll get to watch
AM
it.
to DM, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't point this out when we talked about it, but it took me actually an embarrassing long time to figure out what DM actually stood for in this instance.
You know what? I'm not mad at you, Hudson. Like, it's fine.
Honestly, you
thought it was Dungeon Master. Huh?
I don't know.
That's what you were thinking. You're like, oh, they're going to DM our party.
Well, I actually kind of thought it was something dirty at first. I was like, what? AM to DM? What? And I finally figured it out. And it's direct message, right?
I don't know, Hudson.
Actually, to be honest with you, I know AM is morning, but I don't know what that even stands for.
It stands for Associates Morning.
Right.
That's what AM stands for.
Of course.
Actually, it's something Meridian.
Oh, okay. It's some fancy science thing that
it is.
Honestly, nobody knows what it actually stands for.
I think it's after morning. Because morning is midnight. That makes perfect sense.
Of course.
And then PM is pre-morning.
Pre-midnight. After midnight.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's perfect. I'm really glad we had this talk.
We figured it out.
Absolutely. We know everything now. But okay. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't want Good Morning America for millennials.
Who would say that?
Why would anyone think that? Yeah. Instead, you're thinking, what I really want is a daily show from the Daily Mail. Daily Mail. Daily Mail TV. Very excited. It's happening. DailyMail.com is going to be launching on September 18th, a full 10 days before the BuzzFeed Twitter show.
All right.
They're going to be launching Daily Mail TV. It's going to be hosted by Jesse Palmer.
Wait. The football player?
That's right.
Whoa.
Yep, former NFL quarterback Jesse Palmer.
From Canada.
Dude, now you're watching it.
Yeah.
Hudson's in.
That is not what I was expecting.
Hudson is watching Daily Mail TV now. So he says...
What an interesting career arc for him.
Oh, my gosh.
Canadian guy goes to, I think he went to Florida for college and then becomes an NFL quarterback. Not very good. Does football analyst stuff. And now he's a Daily Mail TV host.
Well, there's a little more to it than that. He apparently has been a special contributor for... Wait for it. Good Morning America.
Whoa.
The real one.
Yeah.
Not the one for millennials that BuzzFeed is going to launch.
Yeah.
So apparently he also is a special contributor and analyst for ESPN.
Yes.
He will continue in that role, but also host Daily Mail TV.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have ever visited dailymail.com, you know that it's really about what's Kim Kardashian and Bella Thorne doing.
And whatever the British stars are.
Yeah. Well,
because it is a British site.
They have I'm embarrassed to tell you, they have a U.S. site that keeps the British news out of the Daily Mail stuff. But because Nikki and I watch enough British TV, we know who a lot of the British people are that they cover, and so we may still see it. So, yeah, dude, Hudson, you are a prime candidate for Daily Mail TV. That's you. So now you really know what DM stands for.
Yeah, Daily Mail.
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Well, Hudson, I forgot to show it to you, but I'm on antibiotics right now.
Okay.
Because I'm diseased. And I feel like it's a horse pill.
Okay.
Like it's a huge freaking pill.
Yeah.
Now, did you see the picture I posted of it?
I did,
okay.
The size of a quarter.
Do you think that's a big pill?
I think that's pretty big.
Like, no. Don't just be a go-along guy.
No, I do. I'm actually, this is a really weird thing to say. I take the pill over the syrup or anything, and I don't usually have a terrible time swallowing pills.
Okay.
I think it's because when I was younger, I hated vegetables so much.
Your parents were drugging you all the time?
Of course.
So they were just like, here, take this pill.
I really hated vegetables, so I would swallow them whole as much as I could just so I could not have to deal with them in my mouth. So... that translates to taking pills as well.
I've been eating stalks of broccoli whole since I was a child. You just swallow it. It's no big deal.
I dislocate my jaw. And
okay, so you're saying no big deal. It's fine.
It wouldn't be as big of a deal maybe for me, but I still understand that lots of people have problems swallowing pills, and that is a pretty big pill.
I wouldn't say I have a problem with it. I can do it. I can do it, guys. I can apply myself. But when I open, I go to the doctor, he gives me the thing, I go to the pharmacy, and they just hand me what looks to me like a small bottle. A small bottle. It's fine. And then when I open the bottle and I get home, it's like, what is that? And, I reach in, 2 fingers, I put it in the pill cap, and then get a good look at it. And I was like, this is bigger than a quarter.
Yeah.
Which led to me getting a quarter out and having to measure it.
That was a lot of effort.
Well, Hudson, you aren't really familiar with this, but some of our listeners are. When I get sick, I have a tendency to lose the powers of judgment a little bit. So it seemed very important last night that I have a comparison shot between a quarter and the pill I was supposed to take.
Yeah.
It became important in that moment, whether it really was that important or not. So I don't know. I'll tell you what. Find us on Facebook today. You can find links through riot.radiou.com. You see the comparison shot, and you tell me if you think it's a big pill.
You be the judge.
Yeah.
Interact with us.
What could be more important than you seeing a picture of my prescription medicine and then passing judgment on it? You tell me what you have to do today that's better than that.
Right.
And I'll show you someone that's lying to themselves.
The Riot.
Apparently some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
Radio U.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot.
Hudson is the hero of the hour. Actually, he's the hero of my whole life, but That makes him also the hero of the hour.
The wind beneath your wings.
Most assuredly. Look how high I fly. So, dude, what do you got in your hands?
I have PB&J Oreos.
Nice.
They are a supposedly Kroger exclusive limited edition. Obviously, PB&J stands for peanut butter flavored cream and jelly flavored cream.
Okay.
But they're called PB&J, so I don't know if that legally means there's no...
Wait, do you see what you're doing?
What's that?
You're doing it wrong.
What? Oh, they do have a lift thing.
There's a pull tab there.
Yeah, I thought they didn't have it.
Okay.
I missed that.
All right, Hudson, smell
These
test.
are smell... Oh, my gosh. You get a strong jelly smell. It's like when you, some kind of Pop-Tart.
Like, so more than even no PB, mostly J.
There's a little bit of PB.
Whoa, you're right. Holy crap. Like, that smells like grape jelly.
Yeah.
No, wait, though, as I linger...
There is a little peanut butter to it.
I smell some peanut butter, too. Actually, this is really goofy, but depending on which side of the cookie you smell, you really... Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember or have you ever had the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies that have the peanut butter and jelly inside?
I have had those.
They are really good, and these smell almost identical to those.
So you've got high hopes going in.
I do. I like those a lot.
Revive my childhood memory, says Hudson.
Yeah. Because I don't know if they make those anymore. All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
This is all together.
Yeah, I'm going to take a bite so I get each flavor.
Okay.
Because it divides down the middle.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to open this up and get a look. Yeah, there's literally a dividing line. Half what appears to be grape jelly, though I don't think they say that, and half peanut butter. And it's on a vanilla cookie. I feel like the grape flavor is overwhelming.
Yep. I don't know if it's grape. Like, it's grape in the picture, but it, like... If you didn't have that picture, would it still be grape, or would it just be like a vague fruit flavor?
Actually, I think you're right. I think there is a...
It's actually almost more like feels a little more like a raspberry or something, strawberry jam.
That sounds like a superpower. Raspberry. Raspberry, activate!
All right. So I took the bite with the cookie. Let's see just straight up eating the little...
Just the... Yeah.
Whatever thing of cream. All at once.
Just straight peanut butter is better. I took a bite of the peanut butter side. I don't like the jelly.
Yeah, the jelly is super sweet.
Well, of course, in your new low-carb lifestyle, you're not really up on sugar these days.
Right. So this is a little jarring to me. No, yeah, I just ate the whole little pad of filling, and it was all jelly flavor, or whatever you want to call it. There was no peanut butter.
I mean, there is peanut butter.
Yeah, but you couldn't taste it.
You can't taste it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Just try the peanut butter and see.
What do you think?
That's fine.
Can you taste the peanut butter? It's straight peanut butter?
Yeah, but it's like really, it's even when you eat it all by itself, it's really faint.
That's a weird one, Hudson.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed actually, I'm very disappointed by these.
That is a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
I mean, okay. Listen, I think it's important to always point out that Oreo has a base level that it cannot sink below.
Yeah.
Like, it has, at some point, when you're eating an Oreo, you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Even if it's like coconut flavor or sawdust or whatever, like, that would still be fine. Somehow Oreo would make it at least edible.
At least the top cookie is something that you can deal with. But I'm not going to lie. Like, the next time I'm swinging in, I'd rather just have a straight up, like, chocolate peanut butter Oreo than that.
There's a lot of other Oreos you could go with ahead of these.
Yeah.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
Hudson, what's your statute of limitations on Oreos?
Like, how long until they go bad? Or
yeah, like, I leave Oreos out. They've been out for a week.
If you leave them out, like, out of the package, they're going to be bad after a week for sure.
Okay. So
they're going to be all, like, chewy, weird. They get weird.
Somewhere between 0 and 7 days, you're saying no.
Yeah. Well, they have to be in the package for sure, because if they aren't, then they get really nasty.
Okay. Can't survive the elements.
No, definitely not.
What about an Oreo in Antarctica?
Well, it might get frozen. That might change things a little bit.
So the environment...
It could be preserved.
It could be conducive to that.
I will tell you, it's funny you mention this, because they've just found a fruitcake in Antarctica that's 106 years old.
Now, wait a second, though. Is it ancient evil fruitcake?
I mean, that's for you to decide.
Because it could be.
It could be.
It could be bait laid in the trap from the ancient evil with their volcanoes under Antarctica.
Yeah.
See yesterday's podcast at riot.radiou.com.
Well, what they said was they believe it still could be edible after 106 years.
Well, it may not have been edible when they made it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all up for debate right there.
Because fruitcake is like all the leftover crap jammed into a little tin.
It's had like a very bad rap for a very long time, probably going back at least 106 years. But they found this fruitcake at the, I guess, oldest camp or fort or whatever in Antarctica.
Okay.
106 years old. And like I said, they believe, I mean, they're not like, yeah, let's take a bite. But they say they think it could still be edible. And I think, no, it could not.
Here's what you've got to remember, is that there were guys in Antarctica that starved rather than eat that fruitcake. That's totally why true. They found a skeleton with its hand wrapped around fruitcake, because they took a look at it and said, I would rather die than eat this fruitcake right now.
And they weren't wrong.
And your response is, I don't know, maybe we could eat it. You know what? You go right ahead. I'm just going to watch, though. You let us know what you think about it.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
I'll tell you, sounds like a nut jar right now.